NFL 23 on EA Sports, and it's presented by EA Sports. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Los Angeles Chargers under the lights on Monday night.
We are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 and the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Los Angeles Chargers.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Get it started now, the kicker Chris Boswell, and we are underway in Southern California.
This taken in at the goal line, and the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
So here's the Charger offense making their way out, and a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment, running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
I will see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Back to throw. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
A loss of 5. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away.
Deontay Johnson deep for the Steelers.
Take it at the 37.
A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football. All right, when you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us to rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Allen's got it complete. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. He'll get that one to Carter complete. They'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. Eckler now between the tackles. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold them just a couple and force the 3rd down.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, yeah, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. That one goes for 8 yards.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Running on first down, Eckler. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
That throw into the arms of Allen. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Carter. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They're going to look to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Carter. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Steelers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's caught by the 6'8" tight end, Zach Gentry. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Back to throw here.
That's swung out wide to Harris. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Second down and 3. A first carry for Najee Harris. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
12 yards that time and a Pittsburgh first. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front. That's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game and they know it helps their team.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Open man here is Gentry.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
On second down, this is Harris. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I like to keep carrying it, thank you.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
46-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. Here comes Nasir Adderley from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And the LA offense ready for this next possession.
They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. A little jet sweep to start the drive. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Second and 3. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. He'll get this out wide to and oh, he coughed it up.
The pass. Fumble on the play.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Back to throw now on 1st down. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 to score after 1 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Finds Pickens outright. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Complete to George Pickens.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. He'll look to throw. He'll find Najee Harris. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Najee Harris. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 6-yard line.
Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. Harris running straight ahead, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Harris. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
Now back to throw. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
Well, only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
Extra point now by Boswell. He's got it, and it's 17-0. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The offense heading back out as we take a closer look at Austin Eckler.
They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit. Maybe featuring other people touching it for a while. And then you get a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his right. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
On second down, Eckler able to slither by, and he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid him, picking up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. It's Eckler again. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a nice run to get himself back on the horse after his fumble. Nothing spectacular, but a good confidence-building run.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Up the middle with Eckler. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
The intensity this defense is showing in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
Let's do our thing. Let's do our thing.
Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors.
Johnson on the return.
Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Okay, didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They'll set up a throw. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Back to throw. Flush to his right. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 39. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. On the give, this is Harris. Dances by him. And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone. Anyone who watched Najee Harris at Alabama knows the kind of strength that this guy runs with, and he's continuing on that path here at the next level.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
They'll try and run with Harris. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Najee Harris well built for work down here near the end zone. That's a nice job there to hold him up. But I doubt we've seen the last of him on this drive.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Again, it's Harris. And this time he is in. Touchdown, Steelers. A 1-yard run on first down, another one on second. It might not do much for the yards per carry average, but it gets them 6 points.
And at contract time, you want to show touchdowns scored way more than you want to show yards per carry.
Boswell for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Take it in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 51 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ends up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 6. He's got Allen. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out in the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. They'll look to throw again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll look to throw here. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. Touchdown, Chargers. Gerald Everett as the first half is winding down. And the Chargers are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. Obviously, the scoreboard right now is not the friend of this rookie quarterback. But, hey, a touchdown pass there maybe builds a little confidence.
Every rep is valuable when you're a rookie. Every time you step up and throw the football, there's a lesson to be learned. Yeah, he took advantage of a little bit of loose coverage there with the lead. But at the same time, got it done. It'll take a little bit of satisfaction away from that throw.
Hopkins with the extra point. And that'll make it 24-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here comes the Pittsburgh Steelers and running back Najee Harris. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, let's take a look at the next-gen stats from the first half for the Steelers. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the third and fourth quarters. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And the half will begin with a touchback. And the Steeler offense ready to get going here in this third quarter. They go play action here on first down.
That's down the field and caught by Freiermuth.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And there's a good opportunity, just went awry there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They hand this off to Harris. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. So nothing doing there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. DeAndre Carter, 47 yards. And the Chargers are able to cut into that deficit.
Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Steelers ready for their next possession. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. They'll start the drive with Harris. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. It's brought in by Harris. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. He'll look to throw. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. More from L.A. in a moment. Second and 9 now. Open man here is Gentry. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 33. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run. Here's Harris. Stops short of the 25. The nice move couldn't ultimately free him. 79 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 4. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even...
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Boswell good with the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
The scoreboard tells the story for them a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Great coverage there. Holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll. Looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
They'll start on the ground with Harris. 91 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Again, it's Harris on second down. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll run with Harris. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. Looking for Pickens. He's got him on the out route. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers 35. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. They'll set up a throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going from there.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions. Have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's swung out wide to Harris. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. L.A. readies for its next possession. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flushed, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll set up to throw. Working the middle here, that's complete to Everett, the tight end. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
It's a pickup of 12 yards. Brings up 3rd and 6.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now back to throw. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 big plays in succession, and the Chargers on the move.
Chargers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. The score is
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Mike Tomlin has reached for that red challenge flag, and he'll throw it out there.
The previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
So the decision to challenge does not pan out, and that's also going to cost him a timeout. Again, he'll drop to throw. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
17.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Back to throw again. Give him another one right back to Allen. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Complete to Keenan Allen. The pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 19-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. That's caught right side by Palmer. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Gain of 6. And the Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Let's go.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Eckler now between the tackles. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that cuts this lead down to 13. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Najee Harris and the rest of this offense work their way back onto the field. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called, because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays, nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. They go play action here on 1st down. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Complete to number 15. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. The 20-yard line.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Able to find his man, it's Pickens. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense, because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw here. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw here. That's going to be caught by Pickens. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. He'll drop to throw. Finding Pickens for another catch. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Normally, you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Then their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They run with Harris. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. They'll look to throw.
Setting up the screen, Harris. And he will have a Steelers 1st down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows 1st down.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed. But that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a 1st down.
They're going to look to throw. And in for the Steelers touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Steelers have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up 1st downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
On the return, it's Adderley from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Carter. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
He'll look to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. So the completion gets him just a yard. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with it. And he fires one that's intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
So a 4th quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner. And I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Extra point now by Boswell. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. L.A. set to take over again on offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
23 yards, the final tally.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now, the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 10. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble at 6, but now it's 4th.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. It would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And he's got some space here. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 136 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. A give to Harris. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. He'll look to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Chargers ready to take over. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Looking to throw.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw.
He'll get that one to Carter, complete.
And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
Bring it! Bring it! Come on, baby. Get it up. They can't read it straight up. Right now, baby. Let's put it up. This is your game, baby.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.